Well, I want this guy to go off on the highest note possible. Give him all the love you got. I mean that. Start clapping right now. Start clapping for my good buddy, Matt MacLean, everybody.
Yeah, keep it going for Joe, you guys. Yes. Oh my gosh, that was great. Yeah, Max was awesome. He was talking about work. I just worked before this. I'm an engineer during the day. I work with all engineers. Does anyone work with engineers on a day-to-day basis before? Yeah? A lot of people. How would you describe them socially, miss? Unknown. You don't have to do it by committee. You can just shout out a word. No, that's fine. I don't know. I have a theory about engineers. See if you agree with me, those that work with engineers. I think every engineer I've ever met is a little bit on the spectrum. I think that comes with the territory. If you don't believe me, for those of you who don't, just do this little experiment. Go up to any engineer, not me, please. Go up to any engineer and lightly put a hand on their back. See how long it takes before they freak the fuck out. It's a fun game. My record is 1 second. That's as far as I've gotten. That's a trade-off, though. I think if you want to be an engineer, you got to be a little bit on the spectrum. That's why I think it's weird. My friends now, they're like, how do we get our kids into engineering? I'm like, you can try getting them vaccinated, see if that shakes something loose. I don't know how it works exactly. But then... The wild thing is, like, all the best engineers are way on the spectrum, too. You know, like Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, even Elon Musk got diagnosed with Asperger's. So, I'm not saying we need to figure out how to give more kids autism, but if we want to solve this global warming thing, we got to start taking some swings somewhere. And I don't know where the solutions lie, you know? Maybe we just factored into the admissions process in engineering school, I think, you know? Like, Kevin over here took 5 AP classes his senior year. That's cool. Dave's had a train-themed birthday party for 10 years running. So maybe we give him a shot in the fall, is all I'm saying. See what the boy can do, you know? Yeah, as Joe mentioned, I am moving out of the city. The hardest part about living here for me was just getting outdoors. You know, there's parks and stuff, but like good camping and backpacking is like hours away. And my buddy heard that, and he's like, "Oh, you should try rucking." He's like, "It's where you put a bunch of weights into a backpack and you walk around. It's like backpacking, but in the city." I'm like, "Yeah, buddy, I think you're confused on what the fun part of backpacking is. It's not the backpack. That's not the draw." That's like going, "Oh, you like camping?" Where there's a couple guys under the highway. I think got a spot open for you if you're interested. To be fair, it is weird that we called it backpacking because the worst part about it is the backpack, you know? We don't do that with any other fun activity, name it after its worst attribute, you know? Like, I never see anyone offer you a joint that's like, "Hey, man, if you're interested, we're going to be outside coughing." That's what... That's what we're going to be doing, you know? No one's ever, like, bragged about a date that's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm really tired, man. I was up all night apologizing. It was pretty spicy, you know. We're drinking close together. That's kind of fun. That's interesting. I hope we never go back to this phase in the pandy where, like, every business would send you updates on their COVID strategy via email. Remember that? Because, like, not everyone needed to do that, you know? Like, I got one from a 4 a.m. bar in Wrigleyville that was like, "We want you to know that health and safety is our #1 priority here at Splooge McNasty's," or whatever it was called. Like, we're going to stumble in at 2 in the morning, like, "Guys, if it's not up to code, we should black out elsewhere. We should..." Those emails were relentless, though. Remember, the airlines kept sending you, begging you to fly more. You know, they're like, "On behalf of the Delta family, please come back." And we're like, "I don't know, is it safe yet?" And they're like, "We got rid of cancellation fees. Does that answer your question?" Like, "What?" No, they're like, "We were wiping seats down now. We never used to do that before." You're like, "Ew, what? Fuck." Except for Spirit. Spirit was wholly unfazed by the entire ordeal. I swear to God, I got an email from Spirit when it was getting scary. I got one from them that said, Spirit, never better time to fly. That was, you know, there's like, yeah, you know, the infection rates are high, but these prices scary low. So I want to hop on that, you know. Kind of felt insensitive, though. It felt a little tone deaf, I thought. Like, it felt like if you got a surfing ad from Billabong during Hurricane Katrina, a little bit. You know, where they're like, monster waves in the bayou means monster savings for you. I don't like that. 10% off board shorts all hurricane season long. That's not a good ad. All right, we pulled back, understandably. That's good. Just wanted to know where you guys were at. Okay. I also got super into mushrooms over the pandemic. Anyone do that? Yeah, mushrooms are wild because they not only are fun, they show you what you need to work on about yourself. That's a hell of a combo, you know? Every time, doesn't matter where either. You can just be vibing out at like basement show like this, having the best time. Then mushrooms are just like, you don't contribute to your community. You're like, what the fuck? Jesus. No other drug gets that real with you, you know? Like, I don't know. I've never seen anyone on cocaine like huddled into a bathroom stall at 2 a.m. like, I should call my mom more. I should really. Thanks, cocaine, for that fresh perspective, you know? Doesn't happen. I don't know. I think mushrooms should be legal. I think mainly because you need mushrooms to get through certain life events, you know? Like you need booze to do family Christmas, I think. And you need mushrooms to do the aquarium, for instance. That's why it's there, I'm pretty sure. You know what the most confusing part about the aquarium is on mushrooms? It's the sober people walking around. Just want to be like, what are you doing here if you can't feel color? That's the only reason you should be here right now. I think we got to make them more approachable for people, though. Make mushrooms more approachable. That's why when they become legal, we should just have like a medical professional like sit down and start selling them at the aquarium. Like that's the only way to do it, really. You know, like, yeah, the choice is entirely yours, sir. But for $20, you can see the fish, or for $60, you can become the fish. You know, which one sounds better to you? I do think we should, like, legalize most drugs. We were talking about that, kind of like Amsterdam did. Just for men, I think. Just because men, we need them to have any sort of meaningful relationship with our male friends. Does this make sense at all? Like, ladies, you're already there. Like, ladies are completely... I got to peek at my girlfriend's group chat she's in with her best friends. Every morning, dead sober, they say, I love you. They, like, remind each other to take their vitamins. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I have nothing close to that, you know? Like, I don't know anything about my male friends at all. Like... I don't know, I have to schedule in Molly nights once a year with my male friends just so I can be like, hey man, I know I never asked you this, but you know, what is it you do for a living? I know we've known each other for 10 years. I think we should take this step together, you know? Also, some of my friends have male therapists in Chicago. I don't even know how that would work. What do you just walk in and be like, I had a really rough week this week? He's like, interesting, how does it feel to be a little bitch? I didn't realize that's... All right, thanks so much, you guys have been great.
Hell yeah.